Psycho Cop returns. The tagline was, "You have the right to remain dead." Meh. I prefer Maniac Cops. You have the right to remain silent forever. But anyway, this movie came out in 1993, straight to video, and was directed by Riff Coogan. And if you don't know who Riff Coogan is, that's probably because he doesn't exist. Riff Coogan is actually a pseudonym for writer-director Adam Rifkin, who used the name on a couple of films, including this one and The Invisible Maniac from 1990.
Look, the only person in the building that late is Gus, the night watchman, okay? I've already worked everything out with him.
Here they are setting up the plot. They're going to have a bachelor party in the office where they work, but they're not supposed to be in there, so it's kind of, illegal. Get it? The cop is eating a donut. Ha!
You boys wouldn't be planning anything illegal, would you now?
No, sir, we would never do anything illegal.
You just see that you don't.
Our psycho cop here is played by Robert R. Schaefer, who was born in Charleston in 1958. And he's reprising the role from Psycho Cop 1, which I really don't remember very well. IMDb says he's 6'4", but I'm guessing 6'2", 6'3", probably. You always got to shave off a few inches. For instance, it says that Tom Cruise is 5'7", but in reality, he's actually 1 foot tall. This movie was written by Dan Povenmire. He had a chance to direct it, but it would have meant quitting his job as a writer on The Simpsons, and he decided to stick with that. Probably a smart choice.
I don't think so. I'd like to, but I sort of have a...
These two are thrown in as the couple that ends up boning in the copy room and add to the body count later.
Oh, Tony, say it isn't so, man. It's going to be a blast. We've got strippers.
Oh, ready to party.
Oh, it seems.
Now it's going to take forever to get all the way up.
Oh, I wouldn't bet on that.
Get it? Boner jokes. If our psycho cop here, Bob Schaefer, looks familiar, you might know him from the American version of The Office, where he played Bob, who got married to the character Phyllis at some point. But really, probably, I know him best from either Mega Shark versus Crocosaurus or Mega Python versus Gatoroid. I can't decide which is my favorite. But who can forget his seminal performance as the trucker who has to take a shit in Zombievers? That's about all I can show you of the stripper scene on YouTube. If you want to see the rest, go watch it on streaming, you perverts.
Oh, yeah. It's all fun and games, isn't it? Until someone loses an eye.
I'll be right back. Why don't you keep an eye out while I'm gone?
Don't act like you're too good for puns. You're not too good for puns. This guy playing Mike is Nick Vallelonga, who won 2 Academy Awards for writing Green Book, which was a true story about his father. He was also, as a young kid, in several scenes in The Godfather. And he also did this movie.
Going down. Straight to hell.
These two knuckleheads are Miles Dougal and Rod Schweitzer. They both did other films with the director. Rod was in The Invisible Maniac, and Miles was in a few things, including playing the character of Elvis in Detroit Rock City.
know what it looks like.
Oh,
This is Barbara Niven, credited as Barbara Lee Alexander in this movie. She did a handful of things throughout the late 80s into the 90s. She was on a soap opera for a bit. She played Marilyn Monroe in a TV movie about the Rat Pack. I can kind of see it. And then she did a shitload of Hallmark movies.
And what would Ingrid say if she could see you now?
Ingrid?
You have the right to an attorney. That's a lot of good it'll do you because you're dead.
That's definitely a dude. They don't use guys to double for female actors anymore. They call it wigging, but that was a dude.
Oh my God! What the hell is it now?
I'm pretty sure that I saw a body fall past the window.
A body?
Shit for brains.
I don't really get that one. Did he have actual shit for brains? This reminds me of a scene from Friday the 13th Part 2, which itself reminds me of a scene from Bay of Blood. So now they run and they encounter the psycho cop and they figure it out. And then Larry dies and they run off again.
come get it, you asshole.
The tall, dark-haired stripper is Julie Strain. She was called the Queen of the Bees at one point. She's 6'1" and had often caused problems with her male co-stars. She's quoted as saying, "I've had some love scenes with men who were 5'4". We make it work, but it tends to be comical, like a poodle and a German shepherd going at it."
Look, I'm not putting this gun down. You let her go, and we'll let you walk out of here.
You'll let me, will you? Oh, that's rich.
That's director Adam Rifkin. I'm sorry, Riff Coogan.
Does workman's compensation cover this?
And keeping it open for a sequel. There was no sequel. Overall, I feel like Adam Rifkin did an okay job with a very low budget and a tight schedule. This movie's more fun than it could have been. I don't know, if it's late at night and you're drunk and lonely, maybe look this one up. It's a bundle of fun.